building and faced the direction of the East District. I don't know how much time I spent in that gloomy building, but the sun was high up in the sky as I left. Mink traveled through the back streets rather than the main ones. It seems like he doesn't want to be seen by too many people. For a person like him, there might be a reason he doesn't want to be seen. Yeah, obviously. The headaches calmed down considerably, but I'm not in top shape and walk slowly. A distance starts to open up between Mink and I. We turn a bunch of corners, and I find myself about to lose sight of the back I'm supposed to follow. We'll just be patient. 'Cause he'll get angry if we call out. Suddenly, I feel very miserable. Why am I chasing after this guy as if my life depended on it? No, it was different. This was all to save Granny. That's what I tell myself. Yeah, sure. I walked the rest of the way without a word, and eventually my surroundings changed. A little farther, and I'll be at Habon. Just the thought of being back warmed my heart with a feeling of extreme nostalgia. When I see the Habon sign, a shadow suddenly jumps at me from above. Master! Oh god. Clear? The one who was calling to me was Clear. Clear fell face first to the ground, but he stood up, upbeat as usual, and clung to me. Master! I'm so glad you were you taken away somewhere? No. As long as you're safe, last night I heard your voice from far away and I got worried. My voice? Yes! Like I keep telling you! Every single time that I see you! Last night. That's when I was taken to that building by Mink. Stuffy nose. Seriously. Okay. Did you really hear me? Did you really hear me? Yes, I did! No matter the circumstances, I could never mistake Master's voice for anyone else's. I see. Thanks for that, then. Huh? Clear tilts his head and stares at me. Then he pulls on my face again. Oh god. But you're a lot more relaxed now. I wonder why. Out of all people, I wouldn't have imagined Master to be like that. You! I take a step back and escape from his fingers. Then I notice that Mink is watching us. I have an idea of what Mink is thinking now. Pretty much. How awkward. Now, please come inside, Master. Okay. Oba! Oba-kun! We go inside Habon, and both Hagasan and Kojaku leap up, all color drained from their faces. Are you okay? Sort of. That's good to hear. Hey, is that dog okay too? I'm here. Ren's head pops out from my bag and looks up to Benny, who is perched on Kojaku. This gas mask guy came over to me and said you were kidnapped. I didn't believe it at first, but I couldn't get in contact with you. And when I tried to ask Tai-san, I couldn't reach her either. I know she hates coils, but... Kojaku looks behind me, clearly scowling. Hey, that guy... You bastard! You're Scratch's head, aren't you? Scratch? Isn't that the name of a rib team made up of prisoners? Huh? You didn't even notice? No, I never saw their tag art. Huh. Mink finds my stupidity amusing and snorts. Even I find Oba's stupidity amusing, okay? So I don't blame him one bit. That building was so dark and dirty that I couldn't see a thing either. I think I remember seeing some kind of tag art there. Based off of appearances, you could say that Scratch is just a rib team, but in actuality it's a gang of prisoners. In short, it's a group of violent prison escapees. The police don't do anything, and no one wants to mess with them either. So that was it. And those punishments, too. Branding a mass of prisoners together isn't the easiest thing, or banding, whoops, not branding, isn't the easiest thing to do. You'd have to have serious authority in the law, or in a lawless place. Even so, there's still discipline in the team. Shit! A newcomer? Benny glares at the cockatoo with intensity. It doesn't make any eye contact, showing that it doesn't care in the slightest. What a lovely cockatoo. It is! It's a beautiful cockatoo! Hey, don't be fooled. He's a bitch, I can tell! Oh god. You're quite a noisy fellow. How about you replace that habit of bantering with singing instead? You don't mess with me! Benny's feathers fluff out. Like a real bird, his hostility is clearly visible. This is just great. Running into some low-life scum. Go back to your cell like a good little boy. You clearly don't think before you speak. What'd you say? Why are you with the hoba? What are you trying to do here? He's got no money. It has nothing to do with you. Huh? Are you trying to start something? The tension between Mink and Kojaku seems pretty dangerous. It's the sexual tension that we saw between Kojaku and Noise earlier. Oh, no, kidding. Kojaku-kun, calm down. Now, let's just go inside. This is the entranceway. Kojaku glares at Mink and clicks his tongue. Mink's expression doesn't really change, but he keeps looking at Kojaku. They were a lot more considerate earlier before. I feel a sudden wave of tiredness as we all enter the shop. Some of these translations are not worded correctly, and so that throws me off sometimes. In the storehouse in Heibon's basement, we start a makeshift meeting held around a table, sitting on the sofas. Haga-san seems like he's choosing the smart way to do things. He shows us down here and goes back upstairs to the shop. As we all just kind of nonchalantly hang out. Kojaku, Clear, Mink, and I sit down on a sofa. So, let's continue off where we were. What happened to Tai-san? She isn't responding at all, just like you sometimes. We know Tai-san hates coils, so that might just be the issue here. I hesitate to speak, but Kojaku flashes his frown. What happened? She was taken. By who? Morphine. Kojaku laughs scornfully at Mink's words. Ha! Hey now, don't try to pull my leg here. Morphine? The ones who mysteriously disappeared? Tai-san doesn't do rib, you know that, right? Kojaku, I saw it, Morphine's tag. Are you serious? When I came home, and Granny wasn't there when I met Mink, and when I shortly spoke with the member of Morphine, no, Dry Juice. Coming back to the topic of Mink kidnapping me would only fan the flames, so I left it alone. Kojaku listened with much seriousness, let out a small sigh, and leaned back in his chair. It's unbelievable. Maybe Morphine might just be some guys trying to trick you. Benny. Looking at Benny. Oh my god. Sometimes the artwork is just hilarious. Kojaku glares Mink's way with obvious hostility. So those guys are the culprits. If you don't believe it, then don't. Or then you don't have to push yourself to join in. Oh? Why do you feel the need to say that, you prick? You haven't come up with jack shit here. You're not the one who decides that, he does. Mink points to me with his pipe. In exchange for helping with the search for his grandmother, he accepted my conditions. That's what we agreed on. What the hell? What do you mean accepted your conditions? I have no obligation to tell you. I'm just here to point out where her general location is, and to pursue the members of the team who abducted her, and relay that information. If you don't believe that either, do what you want. Kojaku looks at me. What's with his eyes? It's as if they're asking me questions. I already decided on this. I can understand Kojaku's anxieties and doubts all too well. It's not like I trust Mink in the least either, but no one else knows me. I don't know if blindly searching would work at all. All I can do is take a bet on him. Kojaku, I want to save Granny. I can't think of any other way. Please help me with this, as I just noticed that the line of your mouth is literally going through your hair. Oba. Kojaku's anger gradually fades from his face, and his eyes gain a spark to them. I got it. That's all you have to say. I'm not sold, but I just have to trust you. Thanks. I don't mind if it's for you. Aww. Kojaku once again scowls at Mink. Mink breathes out a puff of white smoke and looks to the staircase. Huh? At first, I thought he was trying to rile up Kojaku by ignoring him, but he looks like he's observing something instead. Is something there? Hey! Mink turns his chin to his cockatoo. The cockatoo flaps its wings and goes out the door to the first floor. I hear clattering, and he's brought something back with him. Bee! Oh god, it's noise. What's that? A block? This. The cockatoo brought back a cube. Wait, this looks familiar. Duh. Noise, it's him again. What bad manners. Again? Does he eavesdrop as a hobby? So this is what I heard at the door earlier. An acquaintance? I guess you could sort of call him that. The information gathering type, huh? Well, it looks as if that's what this thing is for. Mink holds up my arm as high as his ears. Call him up here. What? Use the same tone of voice you used at the shop. How would I call him? Any guy with a decent brain can take advantage of things. A strategy to play cards is a good idea. Hey, what are you telling him? Kojaku turns his attention over here, and Mink lets go of me. Most likely, Mink is talking about my voice. Even if you tell me that, the callers? Is it really okay to just use the tone I use with customers? I look at the cube the cockatoo retrieved, and take a deep breath. Honestly, both Mink and Noise give me bad feelings that I can't really describe, but it's to save Granny. I have to do it. I'll speak to him how I usually do to customers, but change my tone of voice a bit. Noise, you're there, right? Are you listening? Some stuff happened and it's serious. Honestly, it might not be enough with only us, so would you lend a hand until it's over? I'll do whatever you want. Ahoba! So please help me. I'll do whatever you want, he says. Okay. I don't know how convincing that was, but a few minutes pass. Noise showed up at Habon. We have all of our little fuckboys together. Kojaku, Clear, Mink, and Noise were all here. All of these random people just lining up. It's sort of an achievement. Noise coming here made Kojaku even more unpleasant, but it can't be helped anymore. And even after the situation from before, I still spoke bluntly. Isn't Dry Juice the #1 rib team? Yeah! So a lot of people are in it. So that means there's crew all around this area. Or this entire island. I guess so. My team members have been searching too, but they're not coming up with anything. I also searched from the rooftop, but did not find anything.